Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you're coming across my channel, my name is Vivian. In today's video, I'll be teaching how to make this beautiful gown you're seeing on your screen. You can see it's a combination of crepe material and African print. It's a very beautiful dress and it's very simple to make. If you have not subscribed to my channel guys, please do well to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up, drop your comment and help me to share it. Let's go. So guys, to make this dress, this is all you'll be needing. I have my zipper here. It's a long zip. You have all this, your tape, scissors and ruler. This is the lace I'll be using, is half yard, okay? And I have my crepe material here. You can make use of Duchess or any other thick material up. I have about 1 yard of crepe material and this is my African print. I have 2 yards of it. I did not make use of all, but here I have 2 yards. So the first thing I did was to fold my fabrics into two to cut the upper part first. Okay, you can see this place. I have my zipper allowance and that one will serve as my back side and this up for the front side. You can see it's a 2 different fabric folded into 2 and they are all in fold. Okay, I've already marked line here as my starting point. So for the front side, you're going to place it on top of the back side starting from the zipper allowance line. Okay, and you'll be taking your measurement from this folded side of the front side. Okay, now the first measurement I'll be taking is my shoulder measurement. Your shoulder measurement divide by 2, you mark it. Mine is 15 by 2 is 7.5. The next thing I did is to mark my neck width, which is 3.5. After that, I took my neck depth. I used 1.5. So I'll first cut at the back first, then I'll remove the front side and work on the front. So when I do that, I'll just connect it and this will serve as my neck depth for the back. Okay, but I'm marking it on the front side, so I'll be able to use it to cut out the back side first. So from this point where the shoulder line stopped, I'm going to come down with 1 inch. This is to get my shoulder slope. So when I do that, I will just go ahead and connect it to the neck width. You can see what I'm doing. Just go ahead. You can use your free hand, you can use ruler. This fabric is shifting a lot, so I just have to be careful as I'm taking my measurements on it. So the next measurement I'll be taking is my armhole measurement. Your armhole is gotten by your bust circumference divided by 6, then you add 1.5. When I do that, mine will give me 7.5. I'll just go ahead and add ½ inch, that's 8 inches for sewing allowance. Okay, so I'll just mark it here, then I will go ahead and connect the line. I'll repeat again, your armhole is gotten by dividing your chest circumference, that's your bust, your round bust circumference divided by 6. Whatever it gives you, you add 1.5. Then you can go ahead and add ½ inch for stitching your armhole. Okay, so the next thing I'll take is from the shoulder line. I'll come down by my bust point and then under bust point, then I will mark my waist point. After that, then I'll take the length of the upper part. Okay, you can see that the crepe, the black one, stopped at my waist, so I'll just mark from the shoulder to 24 inches and that's my waist point. Then I'll add ½ inch for hemming the down part, because I'll have to hem it first before pleating the African print on it. So when I do this, I'll just go ahead and extend those lines, so I'll be able to take my round circumference measurement. So after that, on this point where my armhole stops, that would start to serve as my chest point. Okay, I'm just going to mark my round bust circumference divide by 4. Then I'll be adding extra ½ inch for ease because that upper part is not that tight, and then I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance. That will be a total of 1.5 inches. Okay, so when you do that, I will get an armhole curve. So I'm just going to place my tape this way. I'll find the middle point of this armhole. I'll just fold my tape this way, okay, and I'll mark the middle point. When I do that, I'll just come in by 1/4 inch this way. Then after that, I'll just go ahead and join the 3 dots. You can see what I'm doing. Just go ahead and curve it, or you can even use your free hand to curve it. You don't necessarily have to use your ruler, just curve it a bit. You can see what I'm doing. Just curve it this way to join the shoulder points, okay? And that is it for our armhole. You can see it here. So guys, remember, like I said before, your armhole is gotten by your round chest measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches. So after this, the next measurement I'll be taking is my bust point as well. So I'm going to mark my round bust circumference divided by 4 here. I'll add extra 1.5 inches. That is ½ inch for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. On the under bust, I'm going to mark my round under bust divide by 4, okay? I'll mark it here. I'll add extra 1.5 inches as well, and that is it. Now on my waist, I'm going to mark my round waist divide by 4. Whatever it gives me, I'll mark it here, and I'll add extra 1.5 inches. That is ½ inch for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. You can add extra 2 inches for sewing allowance depending on the amount of sewing allowance that you need, okay? So here I'm going to mark my round hip measurement divide by 4 here, and I'll add extra 1.5 inch for ease and sewing allowance. So now I'll just go ahead and connect both lines, and then when I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and cut it out. To connect it, you can use your ruler or you can just use a free hand, just like I'm doing so. And that is it for the measurements. So we'll go ahead and cut it out. When we do that, we'll remove the back side as we work on the front side, okay? So remember, this is our zipper allowance, and that the one down is for the back. So now I'll just go ahead and cut it following the lines that I just marked. So now I'm just going to go ahead and unpin them, okay? So we'll be able to work on that front side. You know that the front side is having a V-neck line. So I'm just going to push aside this back part. Then I will use this one as my front side now. So for the V-neck line, I'll have to come down by 7 inches. You can come down by 8 inches or 9 inches, depending on how deep you want your neckline to be. But mine is 7 inches. So I'll just go ahead and connect it back to the neck width. Do not increase the neck width at all, okay? It will remain the same. Just join it over here and then go ahead and cut it out. And that is it for the neckline for the front side. When you open it up, it will have a V shape. So for the front side, I'm just going to trim the armhole inward a little, just a little, okay, by 1/4 inch or ½ inch. Just trim it a little bit with your free hand. And that is it, guys, for the front part. You can see what I have here. You can see that V-neck shape. So now I'm just going to open it and keep it aside as we cut the sleeve. So for the sleeve, I have my lace already folded, okay? I'm cutting the 2 sleeves together, so it's into 4 fold. So from this point, I'm just going to come down by 4 inches. If you want a detailed video of how to cut the sleeve, I have one on my channel. Go ahead and watch that video. So on this point, I'm just going to mark my armhole measurement here, 11 inches. I marked there. I just measured what I have on my pattern I just cut, okay? I'll just mark it there. I have 11 inches. After that, just use your free hand and make an S-shaped line here, S-shape, okay? Just make it here. This lace is shifting a lot, so the mark is not visible. So just make that S-shaped line here. You can see how I curved it to join that point where I marked the 4 inches. So from here, I will come down by 11 inches. And on that point, I'm going to mark my round sleeve divide by 2. Mine is 11 inches by 2. and I will add extra 1 inch for sewing allowance. Okay, and this is, you're not seeing the shock, it's not visible because of the lace I'm using. Just go ahead and make a little curve to join this point. Just follow what I'm doing. You can see what I'm doing here. Just make a curve to join the point here. Now, like I said, you're going to mark your round sleeve here. So from this point, I'll come down by the length of my sleeve. The length of my sleeve is 26 inches. So for the lace, I'm using 20 inches. The remaining 6 inches will be for the African print that is on the wrist. Okay, so here I'll mark my wrist measurement, divide by 2. Mine is 9 inches, that is 4.5 inches. I'll add extra half inch for sewing allowance. So after that, I'll just go ahead and join the line just this way. Just join it. You can use your free hand, you can use a ruler to do it. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. So guys, that's it for the cutting of the sleeve for the lace side. Okay, so now the next one I'll cut is the African print on the wrist that is in a flare form. Okay, so I'll be cutting it right now. You will see how I'm going to fold it. So to get that circular form, to get it that circular shape, you are going to fold your African print this way. Fold it in a triangular form, and then my wrist measurement is 9 inches by 2. That's 4.5 inches plus half inch, that's 5 inches. So I'm just going to make a rough estimate here where I'll be marking 5 inches. And this is, just slant your tape a little. You don't need to place it straight, just slant it a little here to get 5 inches. Wherever you see 5 inches mark is where you take your measurement. So now I've gotten my 5 inches mark here, so I'm just going to make a rough line there. So the remaining inches for my sleeve is 6 inches, so I'm just going to mark 7 inches, half for fixing it on the lace and half for hemming the down part. So I'll just mark it here, and then I'll go ahead and cut it out. So after cutting it, this is what I have. I will now use it to cut the second one for the second hand. Okay, I'll just cut it this way. Just place it on the African fabric and cut it out. And that is it for the cutting of the sleeve. So when you are done cutting it, this is how it will look like. So I'll just keep it aside now. So to cut the down part for the pleating, okay, the actual length of my dress is 40 inches plus 1 inch for hemming is 41 inches. So I'll just minus the length of from my shoulder to my hip. Then the remaining one will be for the African print. For how long it is, you just multiply your round hip measurement by 3. Use it to cut how long it will be. So first, I'm just going to hem this upper part and hem this down part as well. Okay, just try and hem it before pleating it. Now after that, the next thing I'll do is to stitch this up the back side with a loose stitch. This the zipper allowance, I'll just stitch it with a loose stitch. Okay, I'll just leave a little space up. So now after stitching it, you can see what I have. I've not stitched the upper part very well, so I can be able to pipe the neck. So I'm just going to use my bias to pipe the neck of the back one and the front side as well. Just use your bias and pipe it. Okay, pipe the neck, only the neck of the front side and the back side as well. Then after that, I'll just go ahead and fix my zipper. The zipper will stop here. I'll fix this zipper when I'm done piping the neck. So guys, I'm done fixing the zipper, you can see it, and I've also piped the neck as well, both for the back side and the front side. You can see what I have here. I've not ironed it down. So now I'm just going to place this front side on the back side, right side facing right side. Okay, I'll just go ahead and join the shoulders. Remember, the right side is facing the right side. Okay? So I'll go over to the sewing machine and join the two shoulders together. And when I'm done with that, I'll work on the sleeve. Okay, so I'm just going to open this lace like this. The right side will facing up. I'll pick one of these like this, and I'm going to just place it this way, right side facing right side, and I'll go ahead and stitch it together. When I'm done, I'll top stitch as well. Okay, just place it very well and stitch it, join it, and then after that you top stitch. So after joining the shoulders, this is what I have. You can see how it's looking, and I've also joined the African fabric on the lace as well, and I've gone ahead to hem down the downside. Okay, you can see the two sleeves here. So now I'll go ahead and fix my sleeve. First, I'm just going to fold this sleeve this way to determine the center. Okay, so when I fold it, I'm just going to notch on the center to know where the center is. You can go ahead and notch it or use your chalk to mark it. So when I determine the center, I'm just going to open up this dress like this. Right side is facing up, and then I'm going to look for the right side of the lace as well. Look for the right side. Then I'm just going to place this center on the shoulder line as well. Just make sure it's placed on the shoulder line. So I'm just going to stitch it with 1/2 inch and then stitch this side as well. So just like that, I'm just going to also fix this other sleeve. Okay, so I'll go over to sewing machine and stitch it now. So guys, after stitching it, this is what I have. I'm done stitching the sleeve. You can see it here. So I'm just going to turn this dress on the wrong side, and then I'll hold it this way and stitch the sleeve down and also stitch the sides. Okay, I'll do it for the both side, and when I'm done, I'll go ahead and hem this down part. Just hem it before pleating the African fabric on it. Just fold it twice and then go ahead and stitch it round. So I'll go over to sewing machine and do so now. I'm done stitching it. You can see what I have here. I'm done with the sleeve and also stitching the back as well, and also hemming the down part. So you can see the line I marked on it this way, about 1/2 inch. Now I'll bring in this African fabric here. I'm going to place it on top. Following that line, I'll just place it on top, and I'll go ahead and continue pleating on it. Remember, as you're pleating, you're stitching on top of the fabric. Just keep pleating this way, and you keep stitching on top of the fabric and the crepe material as well. Just keep stitching on top of it, following that line. So guys, this is the outcome of the dress. You can see how beautiful the pleating is looking like. Remember, you are pleating on top of the fabric. This is how your pleating should look as well. You can see it's very easy to make, and it's very beautiful. If you have watched till this end, thank you so much. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Like this video and drop a comment. Turn on your notification button so when I post another video, you get notified. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.